Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today we're reviewing the Mezco Previews exclusive 112 Cursed Earth Judge Dredd. So yes, I've been waiting for the 112 Mezco Judge Dredd for a long time. He's been out for a while, but I just now got around to getting him. Decided to get the Cursed Earth version. He comes with some extra stuff and also has a different color scheme, and I thought that this one popped a bit more. Both of them are definitely cool. I think this is just the epitome of comic Judge Dreddness. He is the epitome of the law. So yeah, let's go ahead and zoom with articulation, scope, paint details, all those sorts of things.
Alright, starting off with a quick size comparison. Of course, here you can see Judge Dredd. Here's our standard Marvel Legends 6-inch Cosmic Armor Iron Man and 3 3/4-inch Marvel Universe Wolverine. Judge Dredd is actually pretty much standard Marvel Legends height, which is good. Sometimes 1/12 scale things are a little bit shorter, at least whenever you get things from Japan, but he's pretty much spot on American 6-inch scale. And of course that makes him bigger than a 3 3/4-inch scale figure. Now let's get everything else out of here and just look at Dredd. Alright, moving on to our 360 spin. Here you can see Dredd. He has got a pretty good amount of detail going on here. His undersuit is a very glossy blue. The original one is black, but I thought the blue one stood out a bit more. His shoulder pads, his knee pads and elbow pads are all gold, and they're a bit reflective. Got a little bit of wash on them to bring out the line work. His shoulder pads are actually held on by magnets, which is pretty cool. He has his badge there. It says Dredd on it. Also held on by a magnet attached to a chain, which attaches to the zipper on the front of his costume. His gloves and belt and boots are all a very nice green with some sort of speckled reddish brown to them. Got some black and silver details to them. Some pouches and holsters and all those sorts of things. And he's got his little flag belt buckle there as well. All in all, he pretty much just has all the detail you could really want from a Judge Dredd figure, I think. Everything looks really nice, really clean, it's just really cool. There's not anything I think that I need to complain about. Now let's go ahead and zoom in on his head sculpt. Head sculpt-wise, Dredd has on his classic helmet, which is not removable. It's got a nice shiny blue finish to the bulk of it. It's got a clear visor in the front, surrounded by red, and it has the little white lightning bolts on it. And then it's got the little gold sort of badge above that. He's got that classic Judge Dredd jaw with a bit of 5 o'clock shadow on it. If you look underneath the visor, he does have a bit of more face sculpting that you can't really see, and his eyes are actually painted in there as well. Not that any of that really matters, but it's nice to see extra detail even if you'll never see it. Now let's zoom out and look at some articulation. Due to Dredd's clothing, it's a bit difficult to get a perfect look at his articulation, but I believe I've got a good feel for it, and it is quite good. He's got a ball peg in the head and in the neck, so you can get pretty much full range of motion there. He's got ball joint shoulders that move in and out, and forward and back, and rotate around in the joint a little bit. He has a bicep cut, double jointed elbow, rotation at the glove, and then a nice little ball joint in the wrist, so you can get that going any way you need to. He has a ball peg in the diaphragm chest area and below that in the waist, so those both rotate and move around any way you need them to. Hips go in and out, forward and back, rotate around on the joint. Got double jointed knees, rotation at the boot, and then he's got ball pegs in the ankles, so those move forward and back and pivot and everything you really need them to do. So you should be able to get him into pretty much any Judge Dredd pose that I think you might want to. I've had no difficulty posing him, and the clothing doesn't really pose any issues due to the magnetized shoulders pretty much moving around any way you want them to. The only real inhibition is the hips don't move quite that far out, but I think you can pretty much do anything you need to. Now let's go ahead and move on to his accessories. Judge Dredd comes with a lot of accessories. Starting off with his hands, he has 6 hands. He's got 1 gun-holding hand, 2 sort of open, grasping kind of hands, 2 fist hands, and 1 pointing finger hand. So you can interchange those at will and use them to hold his various accessories. Then he has his arsenal of weaponry. He comes with the Lawgiver pistol. It has a removable cartridge, and it comes with an extra one. He has his day stick, which is like a baton. You can loop that onto his belt. He has 2 grenades. he has a knife, and he has his fully functional handcuffs that have a hinge in the middle and also open up, so you can actually use those to imprison your other action figures if you so desire. And then the Cursed Earth version comes with this shotgun, which also has a removable clip. So that is all very cool. He can hold those and use those as he so desires. Another exclusive piece for the Cursed Earth version is this big sort of olive green poncho. It's got some dirt, mud sort of stuff speckled down at the bottom. It has the Dredd badge on it. I'm not overly fond of it as it's really bulky and doesn't look that good on him most of the time. But if you like it, you can certainly use it. And then lastly, he comes with his stand, which has a really nice glossy gold finish to it and has the Dredd logo on it. And you can either use a foot peg for it, or you can use this very nice big 3-jointed arm with a waist clip on it. It's essentially like a bigger, higher quality version of a Tamashii arm, if you're familiar with those. Both of those methods of standing him up are very effective, or you can just stand him up by himself, because that works as well. Now, that about wraps it up for Dredd and all of his accessories, so let's move on to the packaging. Packaging-wise, Judge Dredd comes in one of those opening windowed kind of boxes. It has a glossy plastic slip cover over it, which has most of the detail for the box on it. On the front, it's got the Previews exclusive logo, and the big sort of Dredd logo in the center there, and it says Judge Dredd and 112 down there at the bottom. And on the back, you get bunches of pictures and poses for the figure and his accessories. And then if you open up the window there, you can see the figure if he was in the box, and you can see a big glossy Judge Dredd logo over there on the side. Of course, these kind of boxes are not particularly good for in-package display unless you want to prop the door open, but it is still a really nice quality box, and it looks pretty good. So, yeah, Judge Dredd.
Alright, that wraps it up for Judge Dredd, so until next time, goodbye!
Hello, you've just watched one of my videos. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos. If you didn't, run away and never return. Also, feel free to check out my other channels, Venom Raptor for all my variety gaming content, and VR Reviews for reviews of various action figures and collectibles. Thank you, and goodbye.